support strategy to everyone else. The Yuumi first pick for Damwon yesterday, now it's getting banned away. Here we see Keria going for that Shen for extra protection. He hasn't played it at all.
The top side will be spotted out. Owner right behind him, and look, Faker's in the fog of war. JJ is now a little bit worried.
Flash away from JJ, Keria with the flash follow as well. Destiny used by Faker, but T1 unable to find the EDG.
Owner is probably somewhere in between the two of them, so he positions himself in a way where he can get out should anything happen. And now it's EDG on the offensive.
Flash then play the chasers on. Owner pops the Crescent Guard, but JJ jumps onto him with the Cataclysm and his first blood over to Mako. Kana now has to flash the wall. EDG able to collapse on the top side Rift Hole.
Great collapse coming out from EDG. They're able to punish the fact that Owner is isolated in the river. They have the numbers advantage, and there's no way for him to escape. A lot of flashes were burned there on the side of T1, but it is EDG. They end up coming out on top. They equalize the gold once again, and they will find themselves with the Rift Herald. Great stuff in this early game from EDG. Wanted to use it mid lane. Oh, hang on, JJ. He doesn't have Silas, but Silas has TP, and you can TP.
No.
Oh, he stole the Shen ult!
No flash, Shen ult coming out as well, and Owner is down. Scouts in both sides of the map at the same time a lot of this game, and becomes very difficult for T1 to make those objective plays. Destiny coming out onto the top side, JJ underneath the tower with Flandre. He's going to try and defend. There's the Destiny. Faker underneath the tower. Smoke screen stops him from locking in the gold card. And will just force EDG to back away. So it looks like he is just going to put it down in the mid lane. Scout steals away the Destiny. Faker's still half of its way before it comes back off cooldown. So EDG can just get this charge in. Scout waiting in the wings to make sure the Rift Herald gets in, make sure he gets the gold, and because of that...
Yep, that was, as Kadra liked to put it, a little bit of that gold. He's grabbed himself the stopwatch, and now EDG is ready for the fight.
T1 lost the last fight around the Herald. EDG now setting up for it once again. Faker locks in the... well, hasn't actually locked in the card yet, but we'll be looking for that gold. For the win in this game. Rift Herald down to 4,000. That's going to reset, you have to feel, as it begins to charge towards Owner. Reset comes out. The fight's going to start as Mako dives in. Super Mega Inferno Bomb's going to do a lot of damage onto the backline. JJ still pushing forward. Scout dives onto the back, and that is a very dead Owner. Baker forced away with the curtain call. Flandre low, the Immortal Shield Bow will proc. Kana has a lot of mana and can put down a lot of damage with these shock blasts. EDG about half HP on everyone apart from Scout. T1 continue to step forward, continue to look for the fight, but EDG holding them at arm's length right now. The poke damage from T1 is absurd. Keria now spotted on a ward as he steps forward. Scout has the flank. Mako going in, and look at the damage going down onto Kana. He's dead. Faker has to get across the wall. Gumayushi flashes, and EDG once again win the fight.
Another very clean team fight from EDG. Great patience, great flanks, and just great utilization of their ultimates as well. They're going to be playing these team fights extremely well. Such an impressive game we've seen from the LPL champions.
Most decorated team in the LPL versus the most decorated team in the LCK, and currently it is China coming out on top. Mid lane tower will fall. EDG have just negated, nullified any threat that T1
wave that he's never really needed to use it. So impressive stuff from Scout. This will be T1's first turret though.
You could say it's impressive. You could say, well, why didn't you take Ignite if you're never going to use the TP, right? It's like my top laner's in solo queue. Might as well just win the lane.
Well, he's got it in case.
That's true.
We'll see.
And it means he can threaten the side lane while EDG play off towards the top side of the map, of course. A little bit of jostling, a little bit of joking. We know the TP on the Silas works out, and he's looking to trade onto Faker here. The Everfrost's going to lock Scout underneath the tower, but here comes Mako, waiting for the wave to push in, just trying to keep Faker from going forward. There's the Stand United as Keria's going to join this. Solar Flare coming out. Cataclysm for the follow-up. Keria with a good double stun. Faker with the stopwatch. Stun cards coming out. And now T1 are looking for the fight on the bottom side. JJ down. Kana calls coming out. Scout diving underneath the tower, but he almost falls as well. They managed to kill off Kana, but Scout is in for a world of hurt as he comes out of this one. Mako getting chased to the top side. Stolen away to Stand United. Faker's down. And now underneath the tower that no longer stands, EDG continue to advance. Gumayushi finally joining the fray. Good dash forward there from Flandre. He looks for the damage onto Owner, but both teams will disengage with a 2-for-1. With the EDG in a 5,000 gold lead, I'm sure a lot of EDG fans at home will be thinking, I've been in...
Just, it feels different. They feel like
This is the biggest caster curse you could ever lay on a team. If they go 0-5 from here on out, we'll see them keep doing it. Owner's going to get chased down there. All of EDG able to collapse, and perhaps they do feel a little bit different. They killed the T1 jungler, and then they look up towards the Baron.
It's just this game, in my opinion, has just been a great demonstration of really high-level lead for EDG. They have such a clear understanding of T1's win conditions. They've played around vision extremely well. They've taken smart fights, and I think that the bot fight was probably the most aggressive that they have been so far this game and could have been that window, but now they've started off the Baron. Mako caught out.
Yeah, down to half HP. Scout's coming in with the TP. Here comes the curtain call. Faker looking for Maker, but he's locked up with the solar flare. Faker still gets the stun card outside. United's going to keep him alive for the moment. Scout trying to get across the wall. T1 still trying to fight this one. They have stopped the Baron being taken, and that is the most important point. Kana, no TP, but he is still in the middle of this fight. Owner respawns, and he's going to rejoin the fray as quickly as he can. EDG will back away. And Faker and T1 did a great job there of stopping the Baron from happening. TP is coming in. T1 might look just to start this one off. Immediately, they know EDG alone.
There's a window here, thanks to the fact that Scout has already used his TP, and many EDG members are low on HP. So T1 see this is an opportunity, given that Owner's now back on the map, to force a successful fight. Let's see if it works out.
Flandre full HP though, Viper down to half. Mako forced away, no solar flare for him. Scout off towards the top side, has the flash, has that engaged potential. JJ as well. Flash Cataclysm, very much a possibility. Destiny coming out, there's a blast going to the back of the pit. Carrier tries to get onto JJ. They jump into the pit with the Cataclysm coming out. It's Owner who secures it. Scout low in the middle of the pit. Gumayushi and Faker just trying to act on the sidelines here, trying to back away. Carrier forced off towards the top side. Baron secured by T1, but the fight will go well and truly in EDG's favor. Carrier dies at the end. Only 2 members of T1.
Baron in your back pocket. If I'm T1, I'm pretty happy with that.
And only 30 seconds before it, Vedios was talking about how great the map play was for me.
Doing just that. T1 now trying to close the gold gap that they find themselves in. They secure themselves another
one. Game priority in the mid lane and work their way up towards the Baron right now.
Oh,
they're going to start it up.
It.
Flandre's on the Drake. Flandre's on the Drake, and EDG now 4 members strong can push against this. That Drake's going to be down in about 4 auto attacks from that Graves. Owner, half HP, curtain call coming out as Viper looks for the damage. Fake off towards the side, Scout chasing him down. Scout will land the root, the solar flare going down to the Faker as well. And with the Zenith Blade, he has to pop the stopwatch. Cloud Soul secured for EDG, and Faker is down as well. EDG win the fight on both fronts.
Beautiful pick coming out from Scout. It was that dance between the 2 mid laners, hiding in fog of war, but the moment Faker threw out his stun card, he revealed an opportunity for Scout. Mako with the immediate follow-up from the ultimate. EDG are going to secure themselves the soul. They're going to get themselves the Baron. And just like that, EDG snuff out T1's chances. The impact of that wave clear. But wherever Gumayushi is, means that EDG just doesn't have to be, and they can secure these towers.
Of course, Baroned up minions a bit more tanky than normal minions as well, meaning Gumayushi will struggle to work his way through them, even though he can put down that explosive minefield. EDG playing those 2 lanes well. Solar Flare coming out, there's the curtain call as well. Faker takes a chunk. Owner trying to block for them, but Carrier still found with the 3rd shot. 4th's about to come out. It hits Owner as the Crescent Guard falls. Cannon Minion surviving here. Scout still in the mid lane. There's a whole wave that T1 now have to deal with. Cannon Minion dies down towards the bottom side, but the mid lane inhibitor tower will fall as well. Scout just buffing up those double cannons. The shot blast does land, but Flandre and Viper very easily heal that back up. And now T1 just decide to defend their bot lane inhibitor tower. Mega Inferno Bomb stolen away, doesn't really get the damage down, but Carrier has to dash away, and that's mid lane inhibitor and the bot lane inhibitor now under fire. Scout continues just to wail away on that mid inhib. It will fall, so will the bottom lane, and EDG. They've got everything they needed out of this Baron buff. They can back away. Is Flandre just chipping away at Faker, forces him to go back. Destiny available for T1, but are they going to pull the trigger? Are they going to look for a final fight in this game? Because you have to feel if those super minions in the bottom lane get any closer, it's going to be very difficult. Curtains open as EDG look for an encore of the last fight, and they will once again just force T1 back. T1 unable to find their fight, unable to find a moment, a gap in the armor of EDG, and now with 3 inhibitors down, T1 very much on their last legs.
Viper has so much damage at his disposal. Can he use the 4th shot there? I was curious as to whether we get to see how much damage. Make their way back towards the Elder, or are they going to set up a trap?
Owner caught out, rooted immediately. Crescent Guard will come out. There's the stopwatch as well. Scout is on the longest of flanks here, and Owner is able to flash away. Carrier forced out by Scout. The chains come down, and Scout's on a rampage. Cataclysm follows it up as EDG look to rout T1 in the doors of their base. Only Carrier, Gumayushi, and Kana survive, and they're going to get forced away. Kana dives in, but just doesn't have the damage. The Jace was not strong enough to carry T1 through that fight, and EDG are now knocking on the Nexus.
Look at Scout. He's cutting off the escape route for Gumayushi. He's going to get himself another kill. EDG are going to wipe T1 off the map, and EDG are going to look to go 2-0 in the group.
That one was personal for Scout as he takes down T1 4 years after their last defeat. EDG 2-0.
An impressive game from EDG overall. I still liked a lot of what we saw